Hey guys, welcome back to another chapter review for One Piece, chapter 1146, called Movement Amidst Stillness. So, before we begin, guys, please let me know if I can improve some lighting, sound quality, all that. So, without further ado, let's cut into the chapter, and we go right back where we left off with Gunko facing off against this portion of the Straw Hats. And my theory was Jinbei being like fourth unofficially, I think unofficially, right? Fourth strongest, but in my head, fourth strongest. In the Straw Hat crew should be able to face off against Gunko. Because if it's not against Jinbei, it's not going to be Sanji, because Sanji can't fight women. And Zoro, she's not holding a sword. Anyway, so it's a really weird placement for me, but she looks like she is, at least before we go into the rest of the chapter, which is mollywopping the whole Straw Hats while she's monologuing about the story of how they're kidnapping. But anyway, let's go through the chapter. Let's cut it, chapter panels by panels here. Not every single one, but Gunko meets the Straw Hats, these portion of the Straw Hats, and you see Brooke have a, and I'm disappointed, she saw, or at least I would theoretically think she saw Brooke, and she had no reaction after saying my favorite song is New World. I'm a little disappointed in that. But Brooke has it, like out of all the Straw Hats, you zero in on Brooke's first reaction, like, huh, I see something there. So, and then he says something that blows my mind, like, why did you not bring this up at any other point? But they realize that the way she's talking about herself, they're like, you're like Enel and those celestial dragons. Which, first of all, Enel got name dropped, which is hilarious that they remember him. But I'm glad. And the celestial dragons, and they say, well, she confirms the Holy Land of Merijual. So they say, you are a celestial dragon. You're trying to take them back to the Holy Land. And so she goes into a weird monologue where she's talking about the plans of what they're doing, why they're kidnapping the kids, and they're gonna take them back to the Holy Land. And we cut to a panel with making sure I'm not missing anything because I'm trying to cut through it a little fast, right? And we see Frankie, a beautiful panel of Frankie. I glaze Frankie every single time I can. I love Frankie, but he's just radical beamed the cloud, and he's just looking like a just sick panel where they're all celebrating of defeating the cloud. But yeah, um, she's talking about the plan, and Brooke says, so she doesn't look like a typical celestial dragon. She looks like she might be higher up. She's a God's Knight. Like, what do you mean, Brooke? You just name dropped the God's Knight? You don't think that would have been a little, like helpful to mention before when they challenged the world government? Like they like, you don't know that they have this selection of high tier fighters? First of all, how do you know the God's Knights? Where did you get this information from? Why are you withholding this information? Like, Robin feels like she holds some stuff that she's like, oh yeah, that's this that I would have known at some point. Anyway, he is older. He knows a lot of information. I think he's even met, at some point, he's met people from Gold Roger's crew, and he's even probably faced Gold Roger. I feel like his backstory of when he was a pirate before he used his devil fruit powers is so fascinating to me, that he has so much info in there from previous times of like when pirates were coming up. Awesome, in my opinion. I love like the little things that Brooke knows just because of him being so much older in time, and some stuff just being maybe name dropped casually, where he's like, oh yeah, there was that thing, I met that person. Like, what do you mean? But yeah, they all start facing off against Gunko, because Gunko starts using her attacks after saying some stuff, and shows what's it called, uses an arrow to attack Usopp, or at least divert an arrow to Usopp, and they all start attacking Gunko. Nami uses an ability, Shark Tempo, which is new, starts incorporating Zeus into her attacks, but Gunko redirects the attack. Now, this adds a question, I'm questioning. So, willpower, right? Is she able to move Zeus, a Yonko's soul? Maybe not necessarily will, but the soul, like, even though we came off of Wano 2 arcs ago, where Otama was able to will these animal devil fruit users to do what she wants, which is super weird in the willpower category and will. She's able to redirect somebody here. Gunko's able to redirect the attack of Zeus and to attack one of his teammates, which is really another thing that's conflicting with will in this case. Just wanted to throw that out there. That was something that crossed my mind. But she starts monologuing that the world was gonna end, and people started to warn some. So you see Clover, you see what's it called? Wow, I forgot his name. Vegapunk, talking about the world is gonna change, the world's gonna end, the world's gonna sink, and she said she's monologuing about these people that need to share this information about the world changing. And while she's doing that, Usopp sends an attack, a big skull blast bomb, and Gunko, for some reason, did not redirect it, did not decide to dodge it, did not. It's weird. Like, didn't armament hockey, nothing. She either looked at it or she has some sort of limitations to her abilities. And she didn't do anything to it and took the attack, or it's a complete fear tactic, and you see that her upper half is completely blown to bits, blown off. But this adds the question of, is this Emu's power, because she starts regenerating? Do all the Holy Knights have this regeneration power? That's really weird, because I thought it was going to just be the Yonko or maybe some high-tiered God's Knight. So you know for sure if this is Emu's power, then Shamrock has it, 100%. But now I'm wondering, do all 10 God's Knight have it? Is this invincibility power, and do they need Conquerors Hockey to kind of turn it off so they can actually damage them? Now that would limit the people that fight the God's Knights, or only the ones that can regenerate, because remember that the reason Luffy was able to send one person back, at least in my headcanon, because it wasn't confirmed, we just saw him sitting there. The Phoenix guy was just sitting there after Luffy attacked and sent them flying. He was just there, but with the Conqueror's Hockey from Joy Boy, was able to send the other Celestial Dragons Gorosei back. So this is limiting to how many people can potentially, this can expand how many people can potentially get Conqueror's Hockey, and it might lead to Usopp getting Conqueror's Hockey in Elbaf. That would be nuts, right? Like, if we get somebody else, Sanji can develop Conqueror's Hockey because he has to. If it makes it that you can only damage them with advanced Conqueror's Hockey, or not advanced, my bad, Conqueror's Hockey infused attacks, because Zoro has Conqueror's Hockey infused attacks, but not necessarily able to just use Conqueror's Hockey, right? So Sanji can potentially get it. Usopp can potentially get it. And I think that's it, right? Like, I think that's the tiers of people that I think could potentially unlock. And Jinbei can potentially get it, because Jinbei's a beast. Like, I think Jinbei can definitely get Conqueror's Hockey. But it's very, like, how many people are going to start getting it? I'm excited. I just made me realize that the potential for that is grand, is so good. Okay. But yeah, starts attacking, and Gunko sends out another arrow to start going on a rampage again and attacking. And we go right between Brook, Jinbei, and everybody. And Nami's trying to grab the arrow to redirect it somewhere, but you can't redirect it. But Jinbei is like, knowing where an attack is eventually gonna land 100% is absurd. So he's just like ready to like charge up an attack, which is, in my opinion, the same thing. Like, either block it and charge up an attack, or just intercept it. But yeah, we see Dory Brogy attacking the monsters. We cut to a panel of Loki just expanded and full. Ooh, almost dropped to my tea here. expanded and full. Luffy just expanded and full, and they're recovering. And I hope that Loki recovers really quickly, just how Luffy does when he eats. Like it burns through really quick and helps him heal faster. But yeah, then Gunko says something very fascinating to me because she says Elbaf plays a major role on who they side with in this war. And I'm thinking, why are we gassing up the Giants right now? Why are we gassing up the Giants? Why? Who in the Giants side is gassed up here? Like who is fanning these flames? Like why are we saying that they are so strong? Is it King Harold that was menacingly strong? Is it Loki who's gonna be the monster here that is on the Giant side? Like who is on the Giant side that is being gassed up here? Because in my opinion, I mean, Loki's the only real threat. Like Harold, not Harold, my bad. Harold maybe, like he would have been maybe a monster, right? A beast. Or was it's Loki, Harold? I mean, who? Hydruden? My man was fodder to Luffy in the post time skip first arc, second arc, right? In Dressrosa. I mean, who? I mean, they're definitely stronger. The average giant is miles stronger than average human. If they train, miles stronger than average Marines, right? Every giant was minimum vice admiral, right? In Marineford. But who in the world is on the giant side that is a menace other than Loki? Like I don't know why they're just putting so much emphasis on Elbaf being so strong when high tier humans, regular humans, are definitely stronger than most giants, unless except Loki. Like Loki's the menace that had to needed Shanks to stop him, right? Like you have maybe at best, let's say Yonko level person. I mean, at best you have a near Yonko level person in Loki, right? On Elbaf's side. I don't know. I mean, please give me your opinions below because I don't know why they're gassing up. Like there's something in Elbaf maybe. There's a weapon in Elbaf. Like it can't be the people, right? It has to be something the Giants have. I don't know. But it really threw me off. But they're talking about there's a whole world of war that's going to happen. That's impossible. Or Jinbei saying that's why you want Elbaf. You want more recruits on your side and you're going to use the kids as hostages, which, yeah, sure. I mean, they're going to be a great army and asset, but in high tiers, they're all just going to fold to admirals, right? I don't know. But in a giant world war in that case, I mean, you need everything you can get because every admiral is going to have their own hands full, I guess, right? So maybe I'm downplaying how much they do need Elbaf on either side in this case. But then we get an interesting few last panels at the end that I do want to talk about a little bit. Jinbei and Brook prepare an attack because, first of all, Colin gets kidnapped by the neck. This guy needs to get saved ASAP. And Brook and Jinbei prepare an attack while Gunko is going right between them because they know the path is which way it's going. So they prepare an attack and she diverts their hits so they hit each other and avoid her. And she one kicks Luffy, Nami, which fair. Nami takes a hit. They're what's it called? Lenient compared to the rest because Jinbei just got stabbed. But yeah, Nami gets kicked, and Usopp, my man's, everybody that glazed Usopp right now, 100% just take a step back, man. Take a step back, bro, because this just took a knee to the face. I'm sorry, like just absolutely knocked him out. I want to say he's knocked out, but yeah, just took a knee to the face. No. We know Usopp. He's not gonna magically get stronger just because he stepped into Elbaf, but I am hoping that he does get more abilities and more buffs in this case while being in Elbaf. Or something awakens in him to be able to be stronger. Definitely possible. Definitely potential is there. But yeah, Colin needs to be saved. Nami's freaking out because Colin is choking. Everybody else is taking a hit. Well, Usopp, I don't know if he's knocked out yet right there. But we cut to the celestial dragons talking, and killing them is talking, and I can't tell because in this translation, maybe need to see official, someone is saying, I don't know if it's killing them or the other person, I forgot his name right now, that he needs something really hard and full of spikes. And in the next few panels, we see he's holding something, a kanabo, really hard and full of spikes. Or I don't know if it's killing them saying that, but he takes care of the principal from the Walrus School. Obviously, he's old. He couldn't take out killing them or even really hold off against them that much. They start talking about the Denden Mushi and the Dengo Mushi. So a Dengo Mushi is just a speaker to go into various parts of the island, but it's not a two-way communication. And Anji has put a sleep paralysis, I think somebody said, and that's terrifying because she can't move. She's basically paralyzed. And we cut to, oh my god. All right, Saul, because I just saw the panel and it looked like Saul had a kanabo, but actually no, it's this guy, that the rose powered devil fruit guy that has it, and I don't know if he conjured it or if it was given to him by killing them, but he's just holding on to it on his shoulder, and it's huge, and Saul just looks bloodied. He couldn't hang and handle this dude, which I of course did not expect him to to be able to do much against them. And he's saying he was a former vice admiral, which I've heard so much vice admiral slander the past few days. For some reason this week was vice admiral slander. Like, vice admirals were never really that promoted to be strong, right? But yeah, he's about to fall and he just says timber, and then Saul just falls flat, man. And he's telling Robin and Chopper, stay in my beard, don't fight this guy. Don't fight this guy. Oh my god, I'm at 17 minutes. I feel like I've been so excited for this chapter, just breaking it down. My bad if I take too long, please let me know. But yeah, he's telling them to stay inside, hide from this guy, save the kids after. So he falls, and this is the interesting part where he's talking about the giants of Elbaf were feared. Why are you telling them about school, learning, peace? Stop all that. You were a feared race. The warriors of Elbaf were monsters of brute strength. They commanded with strength. And he says, you were supposed to be our mercenary soldiers, right, Harold? So what do you mean, right, Harold? And then last sentence, he says, Harold, that bastard, he really screwed it up this time. So, whoa, what do you mean? So you planned it with Harold? Like, did you meet with Harold and get benefits? Did he get benefits? Was there some threat? Did you threaten Harold with telling them they have to make warriors for the Holy Knights and Meridua and the Holy Land? Or was it that he said, yes, we'll give you warriors, just give me something in return? Or was it, in this case, he double-crossed them because he completely pushed a way of peace and prosperity and learning instead of fighting and becoming warriors? So he definitely, I think, did it out of spite. He probably he probably was beaten himself, or was not that strong, or could tell that there is something wrong. I could not defeat whatever this opponent is. I have to completely 180 Elbaf because they are going to be used as warriors in this upcoming case. And I do not want them to be used that way. I don't want my people to fall and die for a awful cause. I'm going to turn them into peace people. So that's what happened there. Did he double cross you? Did he take advantage of you? What was this? What was there? I hope we get it explained next chapter. No break next week, right? I think. Yes, no break next week, thankfully. We just got back from a break, but that chapter is awesome. I really enjoyed it. So far, so good. We're just progressing through, but now Luffy is laying down. I hope next chapter, let me see, predictions for next chapter, right? We're going to get, Gunko's going to keep fighting. Saul's already fallen, hiding Chopper and Robin. Chopper's gonna tend to his wounds once this guy's gone. I hope, right? Somebody needs to come to the rescue. Sanji maybe here's somehow, Sanji has ridiculously strong observation hockey. In this case, when a woman gets hurt, he could have said, Nami got hurt. Now I need to go. I need to go. I need to go. And then Luffy jumps with Sanji, and they go rushing to whatever happened, because Luffy's observation hockey cannot be, you know, put down, or like, put down. Let's just go with that. So Sanji first, and then the third person that I expect to jump to the rescue really quickly is definitely, yeah, not Yasop. Oh my god. What's his name? Scopper Gaban. I don't know why I said Yasop. Scopper Gaban coming to the rescue, because he already hears their voices from the previous chapter. He knows that there's something wrong. There's three people that voices are very distinct and very evil, at least I would say. So other than that, maybe we get a little flashback onto what happened to Harold, of them talking, of the deal that they made in this case. But other than that, I think it's somebody's going to come to the rescue, because all the Straw Hats, Colin needs to be saved. He's getting choked out. He's maybe going to die. Other than that, Scopper Gamon has to come, because Luffy, I feel, is like something's going to push Luffy to better his observation hockey in this case, because his crew on the other side of the island, or on right above him, basically, is just getting demolished, getting hurt. And when his friends get hurt, I feel Luffy is very harsh on himself. He should never have let somebody be able to get past him and go straight and hurt his crew. So I feel like this is either gonna give him a wake-up call on improving his observation hockey to monitor at least on a further distance, because he can never let this happen again in his head. That's my theory. And Sanji's going to be able to tell that Nami got hurt. He's going to be rushing. Maybe he senses somebody getting hurt. Somebody's in desperation, and Sanji is going to be able to sense it. Zoro, not so much. He has observation hockey, but not to the tier that I would say Sanji and Luffy do. Other than that, maybe some more exposition from Gunko, but that's it for me, guys. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if I should improve something. I think I talked a lot this time. I thought I was gonna keep it at 14 max, and I'm over almost 10 minutes over that. So please let me know if I should cut these shorter. But other than that, guys, please leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.